Sherry here, and I'm really excited to show you this review of a new self-tanning product, new to me. I've been using self-tanning products for, 20, 25 years. I've used all kinds, and this is a new type of self-tanner that I've tried, and I want to show you what I think about it and also give you some of my best tips. If you're not already subscribed to my videos, you can subscribe below, and here's what I think about this product. This is my self-tanning mitt, and this is part of the secret sauce to using self-tanning products. I have so many tips I want to share with you, but I've also been testing a new product for self-tanning because where I live, it's cold and it's wintry and it's nasty weather, and so now is a great time to test out products that I want to wear, maybe that you want to wear when it is nicer weather, where it's warmer. Maybe you're fortunate and where you live, it is lovely weather, and if it is, tell me your temperature, tell me where you're watching from, send me some of that warm temperature, and if you're new here, I'd love for you to say hello so that I can welcome you. Let me introduce myself if you're new to me. I'm Sherry Dias-Malott with Glam Lashes Galore, and I'm the leading authority for teaching women how to use makeup with confidence, no matter what season of life they are in. And I've been testing this new product. Now, let me tell you, I grew up in Southern California. I moved there when I was about 9. I went to high school and college there. I got married there. And my parents, every home in our neighborhood had a swimming pool. It was just basic commodity when you bought a house in Southern California. And as a young female, I really over-abused the sun. And it's one thing that I wish I could take back and get a do-over. I wish I could do better, because I know now we all know, right, how horrible that is for your skin and how it ages you and makes you look older than you are. And when I was 12 and 14 and 16, I didn't care, right? Because I was always going to look that way. I was always going to have a great figure and a good tan, and maybe not. But when you're young, you don't realize. And of course, there's so much information now on how bad it is for your skin on so many different levels for getting suntans. I lost a grandmother to melanoma, so I absolutely know. So about 20 years ago, I started using some of the early self-tanners that were coming out. And at that time, you could only get them at a high-end department store like a Nordstrom's. You could not get something like that online. You could not get it at a Target or a Walmart or anything like that. Now there are so many different products, different types of products. And if you use any that you like, drop me a comment below, because I am going through my winter testing, trying new products out. I'd love to come here and do reviews and share them with other women so that they know there's other options rather than getting sunburns and suntan beds and all that kind of stuff. The products vary so much, but I want to share with you one of the products that I've been using. I've been wanting to try this for so long, and I don't know, I just finally said, why not? I have all these other self-tanners that I use, but this is the one that I've been trying, and let me know if you've tried it. It's so different. It's like a water, like a tanning water. I don't know if that's the right description or not, but you can use it for your face or your body. I have not tried it on my face yet, but I'm using it with some other tips that I know that I've learned over the years of using different products and lotions. There are lotions that you can use from light to medium to dark, depending on what kind of effect and result that you want. There are sprays that you can use. There are also drops like this. One product that I absolutely love so much, and I use this even if I'm using other products, I don't give this one up because I love the way that this makes my skin look tighter, more firm, more toned, and that is something you can find at your Walmart or your Target or Walgreens or Rite Aid, CVS, wherever you shop, is the Jergens Natural Glow. I like the one that says firming lotion because it does exactly what it says it does. If I feel like my skin is looking, I don't know, not as good as it could look. Can I just say that? Okay, I'm 54, so it's part of life. This product here, and I get the medium to tan because I do have a lot of pigmentation in my skin and I will tend to go darker. They do have light versions that actually my teenage daughter uses if she's going to a dance and wearing a strapless dress or something. They do have lighter versions. I love this so much because it's buildable, it's very gradual, I don't get streaks with it, and if you saw me when I started the video, I showed one of my secret weapons, and it's a tanning mitt. Because gone are the days when you have to put it on your hand and rub it together and then get lines or streaks. It's not orange, because I remember the old tanners back in the day, they would leave you looking really orange. And then when you have these streaks, especially around your elbows or your wrists or your knees or your ankles, those are some really key places where it's easy to get uneven application. By using a sun tanning mitt, the application is so smooth. I don't have streaking anymore. It is such a great invention. As with many of my favorite things that I share with you, I wish I had the patent on it. I wish I discovered it because it is absolutely brilliant. You can use this with body lotions. You can use this with sprays. When I use a tanning lotion, I can use it either all alone by itself, following the directions, or if I'm just starting out and I really want to make sure that I don't have any lines or anything, I may put a little bit of my favorite moisturizer, maybe a shea butter moisturizer if it's, you know, the start of the warmer season and my skin is just so dry from the winter. And I'll put a little bit of moisturizer in here, and then I can add maybe a couple drops or a small squirt of a lotion self-tanner into the mitt, and I can close my hand to sort of, you know, mix it up and everything, and then I can start. Now what I do is I really believe with makeup, with lotions, with self-tanners, less is more. Because if you're doing this for, say, a special occasion, a reunion or something like that, something that you're going to, a wedding, you should start a week or two in advance, because then you're not rushing the product, you're not rushing the result, and you can do it very gradually and just use a little bit to build up. The one thing I love about this is you can wash it, put a little bit of shampoo, maybe baby shampoo or something in it, swish it out, get all the suds out, and then just put it over, you know, a shampoo bottle or something so it can dry. You don't have to wash it out, you know, every so often. It doesn't have to be after every use. I lay it flat. I have a cabinet, and so I lay it flat in here so that it's not touching anything. I just used it about an hour ago, so there's nothing left on it. I just worked it all into my skin. Now, with the drops, this is really interesting because the drops, you can add, I did get a medium because I figured that was probably better for me. You just add drops to your moisturizer or your skin lotion, because it does say you can use it on your face. And again, I haven't tried that yet. So what I did was I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to like it. So I want to be really conservative with how I use it. So I got my mitt, all right? And then I have just a huge thing of body lotion on the edge of my tub, and it has a pump on it. And I pumped a little bit in my hand. And so let's say it was about the size of a quarter, okay? I would put that right in the middle of my glove. And then I would take, the dropper of this, and I started off with just 3 drops into the middle of the lotion, because I thought, oh, if it's really dark, you know, I don't know how I'm going to like this and if it's going to look natural or not. So I started off very conservatively. This is the 5th or 6th day I've been trying it. And so I only put the 3 drops for about this amount size of lotion in the middle of my mitt. And I thought, okay, well, I can't really mix it. I was afraid it was going to run off my gloves. So what I did was I started, when I do self-tanning, say above the chest, I sort of divide it into 3 areas. I will do this area here as one, and then I'll do my one arm here. And then the nice thing about this glove is that I can even, like, I'll put my little pinky in here and I can use it on both hands. So I don't have to go back and forth. There's only one side of the glove that I use, so I love that. So what I did was I had both products on the glove and I just started patting it around, and I sort of mixed it on my skin. I had no streaking at all. I feel like it's been very gradual. So each day I decided to try and add a few more drops. So today I used about 5 or 6 drops for the same size, quarter size squirt of lotion in the middle of my mitt. And I started here first. I started just along the neckline and I just patted it and then I rubbed it all in. And then if there was excess, I could take it over my shoulder and around, the same on this side. And then I could add a little bit more down my arms. But I really like how gradual it's been. I really like that I don't have any lines from it. And so I'm going to every day add a few more drops because I want to know, do I see a difference? What's the difference? What is the right amount for me, for how I want to feel like I have a natural glow? But I feel like it is absolutely one of the more natural products, and I have a whole cabinet in my bathroom of different products that I've tried. One other way that you can apply also, though, works a little bit better with a spray than it does for a lotion, but that doesn't mean you can't do it because you can make up your own rules and whatever works for you. This is one of my favorite. It's not gonna last me forever because it's really inexpensive. It's by e.l.f. and it's a little kabuki brush. And I wanna say it's $5 or $6 maybe for one of these. And again, it won't last me forever, but at that price, if I need to get a new one every year, I can do that. If you have a spray self-tanner, you can do it over your sink because you want to be able to wash it out when you're done. You don't want to do it over, a rug or carpeting in your bathroom or tile floor that would stain your grout or anything like that. But you can mist a little bit onto here. This is great for self-tanning your face. I use it all the time. I haven't self-tanned my face probably in a few months, but it's great so that you don't have any lines or streaking. It's great around your ears, your jawline, your nose, your eyebrows, around your lips and everything. It gives you a really great coverage. But I also use it if I want to self-tan my hands because as great as this mitt is, it's hard to do your hands. It's hard to get something that looks natural and that doesn't leave streaks on your hands. So if you put a little bit of product, and you can put it on a plate or a dish and then dip this in if you want, this will brush it all over and make sure, it's like airbrushing, it'll make sure that you don't have any streaking, no lines. Nobody can tell that you're using around the wrist to make sure and do that, or even elbows. And then make sure that you have really good coverage. Now, in the summertime, like I'm a baseball mom. I've spent so many summers out at baseball fields and long walks and lugging, the cooler and the chairs and all that kind of stuff. And so I rarely went in flip-flops or sandals to baseball fields. I always went in tennis shoes and socks because I had a big hike. And so I would end up with a lovely baseball mom, white feet with a little bit of tan above my ankles, which is like, oh, that's lovely when I'm going out on a date with my husband and I want to wear some beautiful strappy sandals or shoes. This is fantastic for doing around your ankles or your toes, even your knees, any kind of areas, like I said, that would typically be the areas that are hard to use a self-tanner with because of the unevenness of skin or angles of elbows and knees and so forth. You don't get good coverage because heavier coverage will sit in some areas and not in others. So using a little kabuki brush is a fantastic tip for getting all those areas. But this has been a really fun product to try. If you've tried it, let me know below. I also absolutely recommend this product. I love, if you're going to get it, they have one that is not the firming lotion, and you can find these, like where am I? I'm in the Northeast, so I can even find these all year round at my Target and Walmart and even some of my local like CVS and Rite Aid, those types of stores. But the firming, you want the firming if you get this. And what you do when you're rubbing it on is you want to rub it until you feel just a little bit of warm friction. You ever do this when you're cold, when your hands are cold? When you start feeling a little bit of friction on your skin from rubbing this in, that's when the firming starts. And if you do like one leg and not do the other leg and look at the difference for a week, the leg that used this is going to look so much healthier, more tone, maybe more muscular is how I feel when I use it. It's a really great product. And again, they do have it in different shades. This is the medium to tan because that's what works for me. And when I'm using other products, I may not self-tan every day. I may do it every other day. And I may exfoliate. That's a secret tip if you're going to use self-tanners. Exfoliate maybe once a week. You don't want to do it all the time because that will take your self-tan off. But if you exfoliate once a week and then self-tan that day after you do it, you get a much nicer skin coverage because it's taking all of the exfoliating or the body scrub that you use will take all of those excess dead flaky skin cells off and give you a much better canvas with which to apply a tanner. I learned that 20 years ago, and that has been such a good tip. But also to make it last, one thing you can do is don't rub the towel all over your body. If you ever get a spray tan, I used to go to some really fancy military evening gown ball situations with my husband when he was on active duty. And so a couple times I did try the spray tan when we lived out in California. And the one tip that I learned there was you want to pat the towel on your skin to dry. You don't want to rub the water off when you get out of the shower because that's like exfoliating, right? It's going to rub your skin. It's going to rub your tan off also. So make sure that you are patting the skin and making sure that you make your self-tan last longer. But also use a moisturizer in between, and that helps keep your self-tan lasting longer too. So in the comments below, if anyone has tried a self-tanner that they like, maybe if there's one you don't recommend that you had a really bad experience with, feel free to share that too, because as I test new products over the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'd love to know which ones you've had good results with. Because when you go in the store, it's like makeup, right? How do you know which brand to buy? And there's so many different types. And do I get this one or that one? I mean, you could spend a fortune and you could waste a lot of money if you're trying things that most people say, oh, that's horrible. That will turn you orange. Don't use that one. Or if you find one is just a very natural, like I am really impressed with this. At first I thought it wasn't working, but I kept doing it. And now as I added more to the lotion as I'm putting it in, I find, I'm just changing the concentration, and that is giving a super natural look, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's turning out. So I'm glad I bought 2 of these, so I'm glad I did. They'll last me for a while to try. If you know someone who loves makeup and beauty videos, feel free to send this to them. And if you know someone who loves self-tanning, oh my gosh, make sure and let them know that I just did some of my best secrets and tips for how to use self-tanners and how I get really good results. It's so funny because people come up and say, oh, you look so tan. I'm thinking, oh gosh, it's from a tube or a bottle or a jar or a spray can. But it's so much better for my skin. And this is the stuff that I wish I'd known. I wish I'd had access to when I was younger. But I am the mom of a teenager, and I am trying to coach her appropriately to use products that aren't going to damage her skin and that will still make her feel like she is glowing and super healthy and all of the things that we associate with having a tan, right? So I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm Sherry Dias-Malott. I'm so happy to come here and share my new new product I'm testing here. So much fun. If there's a product that you've seen and you'd like for me to test it, let me know that too, because I love to have recommendations from other people. It narrows down the process when I'm at the store looking for new things. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.